Hey Western, welcome to BPC. I am your health reporter, Sarah, and I am here with Dr. Carlen, who is a Western alumni and is back to talk to Western students about sex and consent, loving your body, orgasms, all that great stuff. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate you coming. And so my first question to you is, I went on your website, and on your website it says, everyone has a sexy side. Sometimes they just need a little help or support finding it. Can you expand on that a little bit? How you find it, how you support people?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it really is just about learning about what you like, what you enjoy, right? What gets you going, what gets you hot, right? And everyone is capable to search for that sexy side. So when I talk to women or men who are having problems orgasming, who are having concerns connecting with their partners, doing that type of thing, it's really interesting because I just say to them, what turns you on, right? What's the thing for you? Because everyone is capable of reaching that sexy side. Everyone is capable of having those types of intimate relationships. It's just about exploring what it is that works for you.
It's some good advice. Trying to look at it, the bigger picture, and just see what it is, very blatantly. So you're here talking to students about students having sex. Yeah. What would be the biggest issue that you would see students face, either as when they're single or in intimate sexual relationships?
You know, I think there's a couple different topics that students, and like I remember when I was a student, right? Things that I went through when I was here at Western, right? And there's a couple things. First thing, safer sex and negotiating condom use, right? Always a big thing. STIs run rampant. Like the health unit gets so excited in September when all the students come back because it's like chlamydia everywhere, right? So, you know, they're totally, yeah, exactly. They're totally using their resources for everything, right? And then the other thing that I really like talking to students about, and especially women, I have a big thing. I love working with women. I love empowering women, but it is about negotiating their relationships. So there's nothing wrong with having one-night stands, right? There's nothing wrong with having, I don't know if I can swear, but F-buddies on BBC, right? You know, casual, sexual, intimate relationships, right? But it's all about negotiating those types of things, right? So we start getting in a relationship, we think that person's gonna be our boyfriend or our girlfriend, and then it doesn't happen, and then, you know, you're calling me the next day crying because you weren't sure what the social cues are, right? So that kind of thing, negotiating healthy relationships, which look in a variety of different ways, and safer sex.
It's pretty good. But probably the question I would have to that is then, I mean, if you are, say, having a one-night stand and you do want to negotiate condom use, I mean, that's not like a sexy conversation like, hey, you know, we're all worked up, but I would just like to talk to you about condoms. Like, how do you initiate that conversation with this person that you honestly don't really know?
You know what, though? I get asked that a lot, right? And it's about, when you say negotiating condom use, that's like the sex education way to say it, right? It's like, negotiate the condom use. Let's make sure we have the conversation, right? But it's really just as easy as, hey, do you have a condom? Because if you don't, I have a condom. I just want to make sure we use this, right? Like, let's get it on, but let's make sure we're safe about it, right? I'm on the pill. Are you on the pill, right? Those types of conversations. So it doesn't have to be like, let me just bring out my contract here, right? It's really just about saying, hey, I'm not doing this unless you have a condom.
So it's also a matter of you personally being prepared when you enter those situations. Always carry a condom. Also, you said earlier that you liked empowering women. How do you think sex and sexual relationships sort of boost your self-confidence and boost your self-esteem? Because sometimes they're not great. So, you know, I feel like that could bring it down a bit.
No, totally, right? Here's the thing. Everyone has those silly, funny sex stories, yeah. Right? Everyone. So it's always one of those things that you just kind of have to keep in mind when you're like, ooh, does my booty look too big, right? If you're there in the room and you're both getting ready to get it on, chances are they're not worrying about how big your booty is, right? If anything, they're like, yes, here we go. We're ready to get this started, right? And it really just falls back to positive body image, right? Slut shaming, also a big thing. A big word that you're hearing a lot this year is slut shaming, and how women treat other women and how they negotiate what a positive female role model is, what a positive